Hello friends, Public Provident Fund PPF is one of the most commonly used investment options that are available to us. It fetches a return of around 7.1% in the current scenario with a 15-year lock-in period. It also helps you avail up to 1.5 lakh of deduction from your net taxable income under Section 80C. Even though it is one of the most commonly used investment options, many of us do not understand various details associated with PPF. So in this video, we will understand all the details about PPF that are important to us. Over a period, we will also understand how PPF compares with other investments. Towards the end of this video, I am going to tell you a simple trick that will help you get best returns from PPF. So watch the video till the end. Before we get started with PPF, it's essential that you understand the various investment options that are available under Section 80C. We have made a detailed video on this. We have put the link in the description. You can go ahead and watch this video. Before we get started, a brief disclaimer: we are not tax experts. This video is only for education and awareness purposes. Please do your own research or consult your tax expert. Welcome back to our channel, Intelligent Indian. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing to it. Now let us understand about PPF. PPF was started in the year 1968 by the National Savings Institute under Ministry of Finance as a tax saving cum investment instrument. If you want to open a PPF account, you must satisfy the following conditions. Number one, you must be a citizen of India. NRIs cannot open a PPF account. If you open a PPF account and then migrate to a foreign country, you can still operate it, but you cannot extend it beyond 15 years. Next, one person can open only one PPF account. More than one PPF account is not allowed. However, transfer of one PPF account to another account in another bank is allowed. For minor children, parents can open a PPF account on their behalf. Per year, you have to invest at least 500 rupees and a maximum of 1.5 lakh of investment is accommodated under PPF. Do not invest more than 1.5 lakhs because additional investments do not fetch any kind of interest. Returns are capped at 1.5 lakh per year. If you are having a minor account and you are having an account of yourself, the total limit for both the investments, both the accounts together should be 1.5 lakhs and it should not be more than that. You can invest in one installment to 12 installments per year. There are no such issues with respect to multiple installments here. So you can open PPF in any of the nationalized banks or private banks. You can also open it in a post office. You can open online if you already have a bank account where you have an internet banking facility. In every year, you must deposit minimum of 500 rupees in the PPF account. Otherwise, that account becomes inoperable. Inactive accounts attract a penalty of 50 rupees per year of inactivity. Now, if you look at the return of PPF, it is around 7.1%. If you compare that with other fixed deposit interest rates, it is definitely much higher. You can see the majority of the banks offer around 4.9 to 5% of FD interest rate. PPF fetches at least 2% more than this. Historically, if you look at the fixed deposit interest rates versus PPF interest rates, PPF has generally been higher by 1 to 1.5% above the fixed deposit interest rates. Even if you compare that with the tax saving 5-year deposits, which is currently hovering between 5 to 7% depending on the bank, PPF still fetches a higher interest rate. PPF interest rate, while it is fixed, but while it is guaranteed, it is definitely not fixed. It changes over a period of time. It changes every 3 months based on the announcements from Government of India. If you look at the history of PPF returns, you can see that in the early 2000s, it was around 11% and in the 90s, it was around 12%. And over a period, it came down to 8% in 2008-2009 period. And in the early 2010, 2011, 12, it went to around 8.8%. Even if you look at the last 10-year history, from 8.8%, it has considerably decreased to 7.1% for the last 5 quarters. The interest rate of PPF is decided by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Every 3 months an announcement is made. And generally, the interest rates follow the 10-year government bond yields. From a publicly available information, we have compared the 10-year bond yield rate of Indian government. As you can see, in April-June 2019, the bond yield rate is around 7.5%, while PPF interest rate is around 8%. As the bond yield rate decreased, you can see that the PPF interest rate also decreased. So it is essential that you watch out for the 10-year bond yield rate of Government of India to understand or to predict the PPF interest rates. PPF matures by 15 years, 15 financial years. It doesn't mean 15 years from the investment. Let us understand with an example. Let us say you make your first investment in June 2021, right? The first financial year is not considered, right? Your first financial year will be April 2022 till March 2023, and from then on 15 years is computed, and by March 2037 your account matures and you can take the entire amount. Having said that, this PPF tenure can be extended by every 5 years, any number of times, and this extension can be with contributions or without contribution. That is, if you want to extend after 15 years, you can choose to make investments year on year, or you can choose not to make investment year on year. You will still get interest on this PPF amount that is already invested. Now let us understand what are the other withdrawal mechanisms that are available. So let us take the same example. You make the first investment in June 2021. You cannot withdraw any amount till the second financial year, but from the third financial year till the end of sixth financial year, you can take loans from the PPF amount that you have deposited at an interest rate of around 1%. The amount is capped at 25% of balance at the end of second financial year before the year of loan. What does this mean? So if you want to take a loan in the fifth year, your balance 2 years prior to this, that is by the end of second financial year, is computed, and the total loan amount cannot exceed the 25% of the balance available at the end of that financial year. From 7th financial year till the 15th year, partial withdrawals are allowed, right? And these withdrawals are capped at 50% of the balance of the previous financial year, or at the end of the 4th financial year prior to withdrawal, whichever is lower. If you want, just to illustrate this, if you want to take a loan in the 12th financial year, so it is either capped at a 50% of the balance available at the end of 11th financial year, or it is capped at the 50% of balance available at the 8th financial year, whichever is lower. You can also close PPF account in a premature way, but there are only certain conditions. You must complete 5 years of financial year investments, and those conditions are: in case the account holder or his or her spouse or the child are suffering from any serious illness and the money will be used for medical treatment, or it is the child of the account holder or the minor's account can be closed for the higher education of the account holder. In this case, there will be a penalty of 1% in the interest rate, right? When you say penalty of 1%, it is applicable for all the years of investment. Just look at this example. If someone doesn't withdraw PPF amount prematurely, the interest rates would be like this: 8.6, 8.8, 8.7%, having made an investment in the year 2011-12. But if an individual wants to withdraw the amount in a premature way, the interest rate every year reduces. That is, 8.6% becomes 7.6%. Similarly, every year the interest reduces, and hence the net maturity amount decreases significantly. Now let us come to the most important part, which is taxation. As we earlier saw, PPF allows you for a deduction of up to 1.5 lakhs in your net taxable income under section 80C. It comes under the EEE category. That is, your investment is exempt, the interest earned is exempt, and the final maturity amount is also exempt from taxes. So it is one of the most tax friendly investments possible. Now let us understand the interest calculation. As we mentioned in the beginning, I told you about a trick that I am going to tell you to fetch best returns, right? It is essential that you understand the interest calculation to understand that trick. So PPF's interest is calculated monthly, but it is compounded annually. What does it mean? It means the interest every month is computed on the lowest balance between the 5th and the last day of the month. Say for example, let us say on 1st June 2021, the balance in your PPF account is say 1 lakh. You make a deposit of 10,000 rupees on 9th of June. So on 10th of June, the balance becomes 1,10,000. So between 5th to 10th June, the balance, 5th to 9th June, the balance is 1 lakh, and from 10th June to 30th June, the balance is 1.1 lakh. So in this case, the lowest balance between 5th and the 30th of the month is 1 lakh, and hence interest is computed only on this 1 lakh rupees and this 10,000 rupees of deposit that was made on 9th June is not considered for the interest of this month. So what we can understand is that you must make all the investments in PPF before the 5th of that month to get the benefit of interest of that particular deposit. So the trick is you have to make all the investment, be it a lump sum investment or a monthly installment, please do it before 5th of every month. If you are depositing in the form of check, DD, of other sorts, please ensure that the realization happens before 5th of the month. The date of deposit of a DD or check does not matter, only the date of realization matters here. So it is advised that you make the payment much before 5th of every month. So this may look like a very small increment, right? But when it is blown up to 15 years, the increment is significant. As I have computed at 7.1% interest rate, if someone makes a monthly installment of 10,000 rupees before the 5th of the month, that individual is supposed to make at least 18,000 rupees more than another individual who is making 10,000 rupees investment after 5th of that month. You can see that calculation here, right? In the first year, the benefit is around 710 rupees and it gets compounded year on year. And at the end of 16th year, you get a higher return of approximately 18,000 rupees. If the interest rate is higher, this return is significantly going to increase. Now, how much of returns I can expect from PPF, right? Let's understand this from an example. Let us say someone invest before the 5th of every month rupees 12,500 rupees, that is every year 1.5 lakhs. So by the end of 15 years, the total investment stands at 22.5 lakhs and the total maturity amount will be 40.68 lakhs. So the total total gain that you obtain from this investment is approximately 18.2 lakhs. If you look at safe form of investments, PPF is considered the safest. Why? If you are taking a loan and if you are unable to pay it, all your assets can be attached to that loan, but PPF cannot be attached to that loan and it will be preserved, and hence it is one of the best long-term investment modes that is available. Let us compare briefly EPF and PPF. So from an interest rate standpoint, EPF scores, which is currently around 8.5%. Having said that, you must watch out for the difference between EPF and PPF interest rates. The lock-in period for PPF is 15 years, whereas for EPF for young individuals is long, till the retirement at the age of 50 years. Both are low-risk investments, but PPF has an additional benefit that it cannot be attached to a loan. It is one of the lowest risk investments. Both have a same taxation rules, that is both the investments are exempt, both the returns are exempt, and the final maturity amount is also exempt, that we call the EEE category. So finally, what to do? Yes, PPF is definitely one of the good investment options. It fetches you a good interest rate. It comes under one of the best investment forms, that is exempt, and it comes with a slightly lesser lock-in period compared to EPF and NPS. But you must watch out for the following. That is, every 3 months the interest rate changes. So please watch out and make the investments judiciously. Please do make early deposits if you are making lump sum. That is, if you are making lump sum investments, ensure that you make the investment in the beginning of April itself and do not wait till the end, so that you get the interest for the complete year. And even if it's a monthly installment or a lump sum amount, ensure that the deposits are made before the 5th of every month to get better returns. Hope you like this video. If you think this video has been useful, please share it with your friends, and if you want to watch similar videos, please do subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.